Hey guys, hey, this is Pat Patterson, aka Nightcop34. What I wanted to do is just kind of do a short video and let you know the changes in version 1.5. And yeah, I know I skipped version 1.4.8, but I'm hoping this is the final version. So I'm just going to make it 1.5, and hopefully this will do it for everybody. Now, the first thing that I found wrong by another player, and I really appreciate the input because it helps me figure out what's wrong with the map, what do I need to fix, and I fix stuff and do the next update. But the first thing that I heard about was this input wheat here, this trigger. They were saying it was kind of like off to the left. So, and it really wasn't off to the left, it was just the starting and the ending triggers were off to the left, which screwed it up a little bit. But anyway, I did get that fixed. Also, another upgrade I've done, not upgrade, but another add-on, is when you put wheat and corn, I went ahead and added wheat and corn pallets here. I just thought that would be a nice effect to say when you're filling up, you kind of see these pallets start filling up. So that's another add-on I've done. Another one I've done is I've added some vehicles out here. I noticed that a couple of places didn't have vehicles, so I added a couple vehicles there, added a couple vehicles here, right there, and I also added some vehicles out here at the train station. I saw the parking places. I'm like, oh hell, I didn't put videos. I have a lot of problem with English, guys. But I didn't put a lot of vehicles in these areas. So just to kind of make it realistic as you're driving by, I wanted vehicles there. Not a big improvement or anything, just something that, details to me matter. So if you'll look at the way, the little things that I did, like with this here, some people liked it, a couple of people didn't. But I just think these little details matter. I think it makes it look more realistic. And look, I'm always open for suggestion. Anything you think that might improve the map or make it look more realistic, hey, I'm all ears. And I do not mind jumping back in here and changing something. So, also, a lot of you in the last update may not realize, but the Morton factory here, it used to look just like the sugar factory. Well, I didn't really like that. And again, thanks to Maverick74, he showed me how to go in here and change these textures where the actual building keeps that brick. I would change the color and then it would just go just a flat, no textures at all, and he showed me how to do that. So again, thanks to Maverick74. I owe him so much thanks, because without him, I've said it 100 times, I'll say it again, this map and what I've done to this map would not have been possible without Maverick74 getting on Discord with me, getting on Messenger with me, explaining in detail different stuff. So thank you, Maverick. I really appreciate you and everything that you have taught me. But again, another big upgrade I've done is, if you'll remember at the BGA, there were several of these silage silos. Well, I just didn't think we needed that many. So what I've done is I took the silos from here, the fertilizer supplementer, the liquid fertilizer, the digestate, the silage. I also took the compost and the manure and fuel, and I added it to 2 different areas. So I added it over here to the BGA, because this is a 4X map. If you're way over here working this field way out here, you don't want to drive all the way back over here to get stuff. So I added it here. Here's the manure, here's your compost, and the other silos. So I also added it to the animal area all the way across the map. So you'll have these are new, the fuel, the compost, and then I also moved this fuel tank from over here to right here to kind of get it out of my way so I could put those 2 there. And in the back here, I also added the silage, the digestate. Here's the liquid fertilizer and your no, this is fertilizer. This was liquid fertilizer. Come on, Pat, get it right. So that's the upgrade with those. I also repaired the audio levels at the hops, and I've done this at the meat factory also. These little fans, I don't want you to hear that fan when you're driving by, and the audio range was way out here. You could hear it. So I toned it down so you have to kind of be right up on it, just like in real life. I mean, you're not going to hear this thing driving by. It's not a jet. It's just a fan for the AC units. And I also added, if you'll look back here, I didn't add it on this update. This was in the first version. But those, you can also hear the fan if you walk up in there and before the pallets are there. So, and I also did the same thing with the meat factory. Let me get over here in the meat factory. I did it with these here in the back. So all these are toned down. Even the ones inside here, I realized when I was editing a couple of days ago that in game I could get like way over here and I could still hear these fans, because if you'll look, I've added fans into the very back to make it look like this is like a refrigeration unit. So, but you can hear those fans going if you walk in there before these pallets are there. I also realized there was no ATM machine on the map. So I added one right here at the Bank of America. And I also fixed this sidewalk here because the grass on the sidewalk, I had concrete there and the grass was just, I don't know, it just was crooked. I didn't like it. So I added a different sidewalk there. And also here's your ATM machine. You can go here and look at your finances, borrow money, whatever. I just thought it was great to have it there at the Bank of America. But again, guys, any suggestions, anything that can help improve the map would just be greatly appreciated. And I truly forget the guy's name that told me about this trigger. He posted it on Facebook. I just wanted to give a shout out to him, say thank you so much, because that's what gave, when I was working on that, that's what gave me the idea to go ahead and add the corn pallets here. So when you pour the wheat in, the pallets show up. Same thing with the wheat. I don't know why I didn't do that the first time. I had thought about it because I saw this little covered storage area. And I was like, yeah, I need to add some pallets, but I didn't know how to get the pallets. Now I know how to make them. So that was during the beginning of Mavericks 74 training me and showing me. And I hope everybody likes my new Marlboro factory. Again, I forgot the guy's name that turned me on to that. He said I needed to do tobacco, which, oh my God, man, that took all day. Adding tobacco, a fruit type, to a field or to a map, it took, I don't know, 16 hours. Not even, I say a day because a day's 24 hours. So, but guys, I really appreciate you playing my map. Anything I can do, anything you see that can be improved upon, please let me know. And for those who's asking, will I keep doing maps? Look, I get some negative feedback on like Mod HUD, and I get some negative feedback on Mod Hoster. And guys, that's not gonna. I was a police officer for 17 years. I've heard it all. I don't give a damn what these people say. I don't care their negativity. That's their problem, their issues. Obviously, they've got something else going on in their little world, and they got to scream at somebody. So don't worry about that. I'm not going anywhere. Maverick 74 has just been an awesome teacher. He's shown me so much, and he's just, man, my hat goes off to him. But guys, I hope you like these improvements. Before I end this video, this is where the grazing animals are, right here in this area. This is the sheep area, right here, around that fence. And I've also got it, and I can show it to you real quick. Let me bring it up real quick. I have worked on this for like 3 days straight, trying to figure out what's going on with the grazing animals and the servers. I do not know the issue. I've posted it to the support pages. I I've seen the errors that one gentleman's getting about arithmetic and the null, and I don't know what that means. I've reached out to Maverick. He doesn't understand it either. He said he was going to go look at the grazing animals mod today, but I'm telling you, I cannot find that issue, because on my game it works great. I've went into the server on the Farming Simulator server where you do multiple player, and you go on in there and click international. It works perfectly on that. But this area right here where it's green, that is around the cows, and this is around the sheep. I get no errors at all. If I bring up my console, there's no errors listed here, none. So I know some people think, look, you don't see the error and you just don't care, and you know, why aren't you fixing it? Because I don't see any errors. I don't get any. I went into the multiple player and saved it and went back to my log, 0 errors. I brought this back up in Giants Editor, and I showed no errors. So I don't know what's wrong with the grazing animals. Mine's working fine with 0 errors. And I think it's a conflict, I think, with the servers. Because the only time I get a complaint on grazing animals is they're always on a server. And also, let me address course play. On course play, Maverick sent me something the other day. Let me bring that up so I can kind of read that to everybody, because they're saying there's a problem every time they load course play when they get to field 7. See, here's field 6 and 7. Here's 7 right here. I don't show any errors at all in this map, period. Here is what the warning when you download course play, and I don't even know what that is. I've never downloaded it, never seen it. No, I've seen it on websites where you could download it, but I've never read about it. I've never looked into it. I don't even know what it does. But here's the warning that you get before you download course play. It says, you are using a developed version of course play, which may and will contain errors, bugs, mistakes, and unfinished code. Chances are your computer will explode when using it twice. If you have no idea what beta, alpha, or developer means and entails, remove this version of course play immediately. The course play team will not take any responsibility for crop destroyed, save games deleted, or baby pandas killed. So obviously the modder has a sense of humor. But that is the warning that is on the page with course play. So when you're trying to use it on Factory Farm and it's not working, I have looked into it. I've asked a few other people about course play. I'm not getting any errors on field number 7, so there's not much I can do. So in other words, use course play on Factory Farm at your own risk. Whatever it does, it must be pretty important, because some people just love it. Again, I have no clue what it is or what it does. But anyway, those are the updates for the map. I hope you enjoyed this video. I just thought that maybe having these fermenters, like I said, I do have trouble with English. I don't think it's English right now. I think it's that word. Of course, I've never won a spelling bee contest, so I can't spell it, so why should I be able to say it? But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. Any updates, I will usually start doing a video on the changes and what I've done, and that way I always like a visual. So I don't want to run around a map and try to figure out what was changed on that update. So that's the reason for this video. I should have been doing this all along, and I apologize that I didn't really think about it until yesterday. So anyway, guys, I hope you have a super blessed Wednesday, and thank you so much for downloading and playing Factory Farm. You guys have a super evening.